This episode is presented in partnership with Mister. Listen, if you can prep for a set, you can prep for your health too. Mister is making it easy with free access to Prep and DoxyPep. Yep, free. No cost, just delivered to you right at your door. Go to Mister.com and get what you need to stay ready.
But Philly, I wouldn't be who I am without Philly, 100%. One day, you be on TV. That's crazy, but I didn't think I could be on TV. It's like, bro, you gotta stop bullshitting. Even if you don't want to release it, tell them no. But what you got to lose? And we released it, and it ended up being my biggest record. But I learned my biggest lesson with that song. There's times where the shit get really, really hard, and you just want to tap out. But then you get these like DMs, or people be like, yo, this song saved my life, or this, that don't ever get old. Take me home, radiate, make me whole. Glow.
All right, welcome to Soundcheck with your boy Brandon Anthony, where the beats are deep, the stories are real, and the sound is always front and center. I have the privilege to talk to my guest today. He's a storyteller through sound, a Philly-born, LA-based singer, songwriter, and DJ whose voice range and curiosity have taken him from underground dance floors to global stages. He's collaborated with names like Afrojack, DJ Vice, and Unlike Pluto, earned a VMA nomination, y'all, and amassed hundreds of millions of streams. But his real impact is in how he builds connection through collaboration and leads with intention in every creative partnership. Please welcome to the show my brother and friend, Mike Taylor.
Man, that's beautiful, brother.
What's up, man? I had all that on you, huh?
That was beautiful, bro. Sometimes, get little flowers. I didn't know I did all that.
Absolutely, man. Happy that you're here, man.
I appreciate you for having me,
How
King.
you feeling?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm just chilling, taking it all the way easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pride season, getting all ready for everything.
It's about to be, we outside
crazy,
for
man.
pride,
Crazy
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
For sure. All right. So before we get into your journey,
Yeah.
what's bringing you joy right now? Is it creatively or otherwise?
I mean, I'm a creative at heart. So for me, I'm always creating. That's always my piece. I always bounce between different mediums, but I find joy these days in just sitting and building with community. Like for me, it's like gatherings, curating spaces, filling spaces with, beautiful souls and warm hearts, especially at a time right now. That's been like really, really pushing me and holding me down and pushing me through because, we going through it right now.
We need it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Was there a recent moment on stage or in the studio or even alone where you felt completely aligned with who you are as an artist?
Wow, that's heavy already.
That's pretty lit. Come out the gun with it.
Yeah, for me, like I'm a songwriter at first, so I feel like every time I'm in the studio, every time I'm creating, every time I'm making music is always my safe place and my happy place and my vulnerable place. You know what I mean? Lately, it's been beautiful because the stuff I'm working on now, the stuff I've been working on for like the last 2 years, have scared me and made me uncomfortable.
Oh, wow.
And so sitting in that place has kind of been really, really eye-opening and beautiful because it's confronting. You learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah, what about that journey right now is uncomfortable for you?
Going places I've never been before.
Mm-hmm. Is it musically?
Musically.
Okay.
But not just musically, but just storytelling. Because I feel like your stories is in you, it's in your body, and then you find ways to express those stories in my situation, various mediums. So for me, I sit with it, and then I find ways, whether I'm DJing, whether I'm writing songs, whether I'm making clothes, whether I'm doing something,
Yeah.
So, but currently it's been very scary because I've been tapping into places I've never shared audibly.
Okay.
So,
The vulnerability happening right now?
in a different way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In a different way.
Okay.
Just like it's just uncharted territory, if you will.
Love that.
So that, to answer your question, not to make a long story long, but I would say that I would be like, my recent vulnerable place. Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know your journey didn't start there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it back to the early days and talk about how this all began for you.
Oh,
Okay?
man. Whew.
What came first for you? It was DJing, songwriting, producing, songwriting. Like, what started?
You know what's crazy? I wrote scripts before I wrote music.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I come from one of those, those black houses where, your mama have a little gathering, your aunties and your uncles, and they go do the talent show. They push you. Do the thing for the, you know what I mean?
You've always been creative. You've always been writing.
Yeah. And my
That's so
father's a
dope.
jazz musician. So I grew up watching him. I was raised by my mama. But having like that proximity to see somebody like on stage playing music, it gives you permission early.
Yeah.
You see somebody like, that's why representation is so important, because when you see it and it becomes tangible. So when I was young, I got to see my dad in like clubs, like bars, and just on stage with a saxophone and just doing his thing. So just seeing it, I started pretty early.
So I heard through the grapevine, you didn't probably know I knew this, but I heard, and let me know if I'm wrong too though, that you were like an unofficial member of the Roots.
No. So let me break it down. We don't be deep spreading that.
I heard the musical background from the beginning and jazz and all that stuff.
Sure.
So I kind of tie into like underground hip hop, like the Roots and stuff. So.
Right. So I'm from Philly. You know what I'm saying? From West Philly.
Yes.
It's a difference.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Philly, 215. But so I became an artist. So in Philly, there's a compound. I don't know if it's there anymore. It's a different studio, but it was owned by legendary string arranger, orchestral arranger. His name is Larry Gold. He worked with he did Graduation, like strings for Graduation, Kanye West, Kid Cudi.
One of my favorite albums too.
He was like on Philly International, Ain't No Stopping Us Now, like the strings in that period. But he owned a studio in Philly. It was called The Studio. And the Roots had a room inside of the studio. And I came up as an artist in Philly, and a lot of my peers and people in my age range, we all were like, gigging musicians, MCs, artists. And the Roots had, at the time, they had I don't want to say a spinoff, but like Dice Raw from the Roots had his own project called Nouveau Riche. And we all did shows together. So I kind of got swept up into that collective. And then we all ended up being like indirectly managed by the same manager as the Roots. His name is Rich Nichols, R.I.P. He's one of my mentors, GOAT, OG in the game. Yeah. He taught us a lot, but he kind of like took care of us, looked after us or whatever. So I kind of like became an artist, was like a fly on the wall while the Roots was doing their thing. And this is right before Jimmy Fallon time. So they were always on the road, and when they were out, we was always like the little snot-nosed kids in the studio. And then they would come, Questlove or Tariq or anybody would come in and kick us out the fucking room and be like, y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
And so I cut my teeth and got my start around that time.
Man, that's so dope, man.
Yep.
So when did it all shift for you though? The DJing, the songwriting, when did it shift from a passion to a purpose?
This is something I think about a lot because I don't think there was like a eureka moment. It was always one of those things where it happened slowly and gradually. Like I'm from West Philly, and I'm from an area called the Bottom, and then I was born down Bottom, raised up Hilltop. So Hilltop, I went to the same high school as Will Smith. So it's like I'm from that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
You got so many freaking legendary people around you before you turn 20.
I ain't know Will Smith. Will Smith. He way older than.
But you had the people around you before you was 20 years old. You had it rooted up in you already.
Right. So I went to that high school, but I'm from like trap. You know what I'm saying? And it's grimy where I'm from, but I was always like the artsy kid, the different one, the creative kid. And I was always doing little things here and there. And then when you're from those kind of environments, what's beautiful about Philly is very diverse, it's very artistic. I had like the killers, stealers, and drug dealers looking out for me like, you better keep your ass off that corner and stay in the studio. Like, so it was like, so slowly when I was young, I started out rapping. I was a rapper first. And, I did it because I was a nerd. I like to write. Like I said, I wrote scripts before I wrote songs.
Right.
And once I realized like English was the cheat code, you do good in English class, you get your bars up. I started spitting, and then slowly but surely doors just started open slowly. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like this one thing that happened. It was just like you do one thing and it opens up a door. You get, I came up at a time where we didn't have access to studios. You couldn't do it on your laptop. So you had to be the illest spitter just to get to the guy who had the studio.
Right.
So like, the challenge number one is how can you get recorded? How can you get on a tape? Fuck CD. How can you get on the tape?
Right. Right.
So you had to be dope in the ciphers in order to just get recorded. So it was like little things like that. And then over time, it just compounded and it just turned into what it is now.
Would you say it was like a hobby that turned into like an actual artist? Or did you always know you wanted to be an artist?
I always knew I wanted to be. I have a funny ass story too about it. Like,
tell me what's up.
When I was younger, I remember it was this TV anchor.
Okay.
And for me, I had no concept of like celebrity or anything, right? So for me, anything that was on the television was like the biggest superstar.
Right.
So I'm talking like Big Bird, Superman, Hulk Hogan, and the TV anchor guy. The morning news was the same. They all got money, mansions, California, whatever. So every morning we would get ready for school. My mom would watch the news, get ready for the weather, the whole. So we had this anchor man, and I would see him every day. So I just assumed he was this big celebrity. And I'm like, I looked at the TV as like this big trophy. Like, one day you be on TV. That's crazy. But I didn't think I could be on TV.
Right.
And I go to this event. It was like a car show or something. And the anchor man was there. And when I saw him in person, he was just like real regular. Like, I was so unimpressed. I was so just like, wait a minute, mister. Like, you know, it was just so regular. And I remember saying to myself, man, if he gonna be on TV, I can be on TV. He gonna be on TV. Right. And I remember I must have been like 8 years old or something like that. I was like, I'm doing that then. If he can do it,
if he can do it. Right.
He was right. I'm talking, he was eating like now and laters, a cheese twist, something regular. I was just
that's you probably realizing that, hold on, these people are regular people too.
I think that's what it is. I think internally that's we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. Well, now we mentioned the Roots. We mentioned Will Smith. Obviously, my favorite artist is Jill Scott. So there's you got Kevin Hart. So you got some heavy hitters that's from Philly, right?
Yeah.
What role did Philly help play shaping your style or work ethic?
Philly is everything.
Yeah, man.
Philly for me is the Mecca because the reason Philly is special, and Philly is special because just social economically, like it's just a beautiful place. It's very Black, but it's so multicultural. So it's it's very diverse and segregated at the same time. It's a very artistic city. What people don't know about Philly is, I think still to this day, it has the most murals per capita in the world.
Okay.
So you everywhere, every inch is covered in these beautiful murals. We have Philadelphia international lineage. We have jazz lineage with Grover Washington. We have the Roots. We have Boyz II Men. It's just so much history there and soul music. And people don't even understand the sound of the 70s to the point where it's the theme song of Soul Train was Philly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like people all over the world, that's Philly.
Oh,
you know what I'm
wow.
saying? So that's all the sound of Philadelphia. So Philly is like, to me, it's like the Black sound of the 70s. So when you grow up, that's all there. And then it's such a melting pot with people. So, even though I'm from West Philly has other parts of West Philly that's like University City. That's just so many different kinds of people. So you're just exposed to so much at such a young age.
Yeah.
And I think it just shaped who I am. So when I came out here, I just did so many things and people was looking at me like I was crazy. But in Philly, you have to, like we're so unimpressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like for us, it's like, everybody is talented. Everybody do this. Everybody do that. It's like, what else?
Right,
Right. So I think, it's the perfect place as an artist to sharpen your sword.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at a time when I was coming up, there was just no way for me to go because I write pop music. So there was no avenue for me to like kind of pursue. There was no like lane.
Navigate. Right.
So opportunities called elsewhere, but Philly, I wouldn't be who I am without Philly, 100%.
It's so funny you say that because I've always said that even when I'm dating somebody, I always feel like my most best relationship with somebody from Philly because I always say that
crazy,
I love, and I love, I'm from New Orleans, so we definitely can ping pong, and I just love Philly, and you probably just explained why I love Philly so much. It's just because it's so multi-layered creatively, you know what I mean, to where it's like a melting pot musically, you know what I mean? And I just love Philly so much. Everybody be like, Philly, out of all the places in the country, Philly? And I'm like, just something about it. I think you just really explained it to me.
And what's crazy is like, I didn't realize this until like recently, because I go back and forth a lot. And I took my friends last year, these my two homies who live out here in LA. One of them is from LA, the other one's from Seattle. And they're a couple queer women. And we went out there and they was just like, bro, there's a lot of queer people out here. And I never, that's my normal, right? And it's a lot of like Black, like chocolatey queer folks. And it's a lot of queer women out there.
Right.
And you just don't see that much out in LA, like especially where we are. Like if you go to like, maybe like Long Beach or like Inglewood, whatever, sure. But like, I didn't notice that because that's my normal.
Right.
So they go and you just realize how beautiful and queer it is and it's great. And even from a DJ perspective, man, like a lot of pioneers on the DJ side. DJ AM kind of like pioneered the open format style. Then you got DJ Jazzy Jeff, you got Questlove.
Oh yeah, of course.
Diplo became Diplo in Philly, so it's
Diplo
like
from Philly too?
He's not from Philly, he's from Tennessee. No, he's from Tallahassee, Florida. Okay. Or something like that. So I think he's from Florida. But he went to school in Philly and he started Mad Decent in Philly. So, it's just a huge lineage. It's dope.
That's dope, man. Shout out to Philly.
Yes,
for real,
sir.
for real. Now, you've worked with a lot of different artists and producers, but collaboration obviously is not always easy and smooth. Let's talk about how it really works behind the scenes.
Yep.
What's something people often misunderstand about collaborations in general, or something you've learned from them?
Leave your shit at the door. Actually, don't even bring it to the vicinity.
Leave it at your house.
Leave it out at your house, at your mama house. Yeah, leave it
In your mind.
In your mind. Don't even know. Leave it, flush your mind.
Okay.
You know, like collaboration is, you know, it's a team sport for real.
Yeah.
And what I've learned over the years is like, there's really no bad ideas. There's just clear communication and understanding. Like, so if you're trying to collaborate with somebody or trying to write a song with somebody, you might think it's the dopest shit ever. But if they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you can't force it, because we all have to like be in alignment in order for it to work. And you kind of have to kill your ego and just kind of serve whatever it is you're making. So as a songwriter, your job is to always tell people, we have the tools to make shit dope. Like, we've been doing it for a long time. We can make it catchy. We can make the beat knock. We can make it sound good. That's not our job anymore. When we get into the room, it's our job to tap into, not to be all hippy dippy, but tap into some sort of like human frequency and honesty.
Yeah,
right.
And synergy.
Right, because we have the tools to make it knock, to make it dope, to make it catchy, to make it a hit, whatever the fuck that means. But you know, so
Trendy.
That's really what the collaboration is. So it's about the human experience and just connecting with the person you're working with.
Yeah.
And usually, as a writer, when I get into sessions and everybody's like, we got to make a hit, or they're trying to like chase something, that's usually when I find a reason to excuse myself from the room. You know,
How do you handle situations where it's something that something has to happen and you're passionate about something, but the other person that you're collaborating with is just like, absolutely not? How do you deal with those type of situations?
You learn to let it go.
Okay.
Because it only works if you both are in alignment.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And like, and again, for me, like, there's things where like you gotta know who you're working with. Like, I think it's very important. You know, it's hard though, because I call them play dates. Sometimes you walk into a room with complete strangers and you have to like get to a vulnerable, real place really quick. You know, so like one things that I do is I'll just get in there like, all right, what we working on today? What songs you like? And I just try like strip that and I just start having a conversation, and they think I'm like bullshitting. They think I'm just like lollygagging or whatever.
Time.
But I'm downloading.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like things that they really feel.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that they'll say, because most of the best songs come out of like regular words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you're just talking to people, and then they'll say something, you go, I ain't never heard that in a song.
Because it's easier for people to relate to.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you prefer to, like when you're like in the collaborative space, do you prefer to kind of be like in the space together? Because you know, nowadays I've watched like other like YouTube clips and stuff like that, and I've noticed how they say, "Oh no, I never even met the person. I was at the house." You know what I'm saying? I recorded on my voice memo and I sent it off to them.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Yeah,
probably one of the songs on your list happen like that. We can get to it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, how does that work? Though? Do you prefer like that type of work ethic, or do you prefer to be in the same space with them at the time?
I always prefer to be in the same space because I think something special happens then. But sometimes it doesn't always happen like that.
Okay.
And as an artist, all the songs that's landed that went to other people or I collaborated with, not all of them, but a lot of them started out as my solo songs.
Okay.
Because like my job is like I just sit around and make songs that I feel that I like, and then I have teams and publishers and all that kind of stuff. And they'll, shop it around, and somebody will hear it and be like, well, what you doing with this? And I'm like, man, I forgot about that.
You forgot about that, right?
And I was like, you want it, we can figure it out. And sometimes we get back in and we rework it, or we make it fit, or we scrap certain parts of it and come up with new parts. And
when there's, and let me know if I'm right. And then sometimes you might have a song like in the vault, and then there's like some new hot artists out that may work for one of your previous songs or old songs in the vault. You might have to bring that one out and collaborate with them, right? Does that work that way too?
Yeah. Because a lot of times it's just like, as artists, we just sit around, we just make stuff with our friends.
Yeah.
It sits on a hard drive for years.
Yeah.
Sometimes decades.
Yeah.
And then you just blow it, you pull it out.
Right.
You dust it off.
And it's a hit now.
Yeah. You're like,
Can you walk me through like a partnership or a collaboration that pushed you to grow a bit, even if it was uncomfortable?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear it.
So my current project that I'm about to release in June.
Okay.
I just started a group with my brother, Unlike Pluto.
Okay.
We got a group, it's called UPXMT. We did a song now 8 years ago. We put out a song 8 years ago. to this day is my biggest record. It's our biggest record. And when we got together,
what's the name of the record though?
Oh, it's called Everything Black.
Everything Black, baby.
Because all black everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, everything the light touches is out. Let me not, you know, let me, y'all don't hear me.
But you're right though.
Yeah,
you're right.
You know, I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But we decided years ago, like, you know, it's been 8 years since we released that. And then every few years or so, we got together to kind of like do a follow-up. And the energy was wrong. You know, we were chasing the success of Everything Black. We was just trying so hard to like tap into like, you know, almost like chasing the trend. And then we got together maybe like 2.5 years ago and we sat down and we just started working. And it was the most uncomfortable shit I ever had to deal with because I'm used to collaborating. He's not so much used to collaborating. So it was a lot of learning curves.
Yeah.
You know, he's very much like a loner. He's a one-stop shop. He's so talented. Oh, he's genius.
Yeah.
He just does everything on his own. And he's so ill. And he's an artist in his own right. So, you know, it took a lot of like learning each other before we even can get to the music. And we made like hundreds of demos. And then when it started clicking, it started clicking.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But it was probably the most I don't say stressful, but challenging collaboration I've ever done because we were so committed. We love each other as brothers and we respect each other so much. So we were committed to like making it work. And I mean, it's crazy.
It's
now.
crazy.
Like when we got it, we got it.
Right.
It is crazy.
Would you say Everything Black was your biggest accomplishment creatively, or is there another moment that trumps that?
For me, it's hard to, you know, I would say it's different. I would say there's two songs that have like huge commercial success. I think that's my song with Afrojack, Summer Thing, with Pitbull on the remix, and then Everything Black. Afrojack song was interesting because it was Billboard top 10. It was released commercially. It was on top 40 radio. I think it peaked at like 27. Wow. And it's still to this day you get played on the radio. And I love that song because every summer it comes around, it comes back. And then
that's a good check.
Oh, it really is though.
It's like Mariah Christmas song.
It keeps coming back. But then it comes back twice because, you know, you got, you know, south of the equator. So when it's winter here, you know, December, you down in New Zealand, it starts popping over there. You know what I'm saying? And then boop, bop, bet, we back with it, you know? But that's interesting because that was like my first like commercial thing. Like, you know, friends still call me to this day, like the video plays in gyms and they'll call me like, you on the radio.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. But
that's so funny you said it too. I'm not gonna cut you off really quick, but I remember on Spotify when I just had a certain radio on that, and I just created a radio station. One of your songs came on, and I was like, wait, hold on, man. And I liked the song. I think I told you that, right?
Yeah.
I was with Jewel, and I was like, I didn't even realize that was his song. And then I played it for her. She was like, oh yeah, that was Mike Taylor. It's crazy.
That's crazy. But I will say I think Everything Black is the biggest accomplishment, not because of the success of it. It's the reason why that song is so special is Summer Thing is a huge commercial release. It was on a major label. Everything Black was on a smaller label, like an independent label, and it was a very small niche, like demographic that touched that song connected with. And the irony about that song is I almost didn't let it come out because I was so nervous because when I started playing it, like a lot of what I do is I'll chill with my team, my management, my homies, and I'll just play a bunch of records. And I'll just gauge people energy to see, you know, and I'll play it for all different kinds of people. And I didn't get like a solid like response from that song. So I ghosted Pluto for like a year.
Okay.
And he was blowing up my email, like we made it, and I just wouldn't answer his email.
He's like, where's that?
And I was like, I don't know if I want to release it. I was nervous. And then my manager at the time, he hit me. He was like, bro, you better stop bullshitting. Even if you don't want to release it, tell him no. But what you got to lose? And we released it and it ended up being my biggest record. But I learned my biggest lesson with that song because I was playing it for people. That's not the song for them, right? And I was playing it for people that don't listen to that kind of shit. And that song found its people. And now, you know, that song is amassed like probably like over 1 billion streams, all platforms. And we're at like 345 million.
Anthem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
People got it tattooed on their body.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
no longer my song anymore.
Yeah, no,
like
for
it's
real.
theirs. You know, it's crazy.
And that's the beauty of songwriting and music too, where when people actually can make it part of the soundtrack to their lives.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
It's wild. It's crazy.
Now, on top of all of that, you wear multiple hats. We got DJ, producer, songwriter. Just found out that you made this wonderful jacket of yours.
Shout out to Byron Rustin, one of my spirit animals.
What is it called, Rustin?
No, he's just one of my favorite people. You know Byron Rustin.
Oh, Byron Rustin. Yes.
I just wanted to do something, tribute to the homie.
Yeah, man. So
I'm thinking about doing the James Baldwin one.
I'm gonna need one of those for real. Let's talk about what it's like to switch between roles while staying true to yourself. How do you move between being a DJ, being a songwriter, being a producer, being a writer, and really still stay grounded in your own identity?
Oh, I love this question. To me, it's not that deep. It's all the same muscle. For me, it's all the same muscle. And I tell people all the time, DJing, because I get a lot of shit for like being so accessible as a DJ. Like the amount of conversations I have with people, they're like, you're so much bigger than these clubs. And I'm just like, first of all, this are my folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just amongst my people. Right. And we just having a good time. We're just kikiing.
Right.
And if I wasn't working or DJing here, I would be here having a fucking good time and drinking.
Which you do.
That's it,
what I mean? Yeah.
So people need to like relax about that. But I always tell people like being able to DJ allows me to write better songs, because over time it's like data collection.
Yeah.
Like, you see it. Like sometimes we're problem solving in real time. Like, there's people, you have to read the crowd in real time, see what's going to work. Sometimes there's a format of the night that doesn't fit the people who are there. So you have to, but you don't want an empty ass club. So you have to just do what you have to do. And then you have to make these decisions. And you make these snap judgments based on, like I'm a professional profiler, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at you, I go, what she got on?
Like
she going like this.
Like you said, you store data.
Yeah, that's it. So you just look around, you read the room, and then you just do your thing. But over time, you start to see parallels between things that work, whether it's rhythm pockets, keys, BPMs, and you just have this knowledge of this musical like thing inside your brain that with this, if I put this with this, that's gonna work, and this key works with this note. It just starts being this thing. So I think it all serves itself.
Would you say that each hat has its own identity, or is it just like you said, it's not a big deal because it's a representation of who Mike Taylor is as a whole?
I think it's that part.
Okay.
I think it's the second part. For me, it's like I had a manager at once, and she broke it down to me. She was like, "You're doing too much. I just think you're all over the place, and you need to like figure out what you want to focus on." And I was just like, "Hey, man, I don't know how else to be.
But me.
I'm just like,
yeah.
It doesn't take that much brain. Like it's all the same creative juices to me. So whether I'm writing it or DJing or whatever."
I feel that way because even with someone, let's say like Prince, who is a man of many hats, it's still, everything still had its print in
to
it.
him, it's just music.
Yes,
it's just music, And he was such a fan of music that he just wanted to express and play in all these different,
A true artist. What's the most surprising thing about doing this work?
I never get over connecting with people. Like I think, there's times like it's hard. Like I'm gonna say right now, like I collaborate with labels, but I'm still an independent artist. So sometimes I'll do like, licensing deals, or I'll work with this label or this distribution company for this project. But as an artist, I haven't been signed as an artist for a long time. My last deal was with like Rostrum Records. Shout out to Rostrum, my people.
Okay.
But it's hard to be an independent artist, and you have these downers, these days where you just want to be like, man, I'm over this shit, because there's so much you got to deal with.
Absolutely.
You got to deal with the algorithm, and now you can't just be an artist. I got to do content, and I got to be an actor. I got to be an editor. I just found out I got to be an editor. I got to, you know what I mean? I ain't know I got to do the 5, 6, 7. I got to do dances now. I got to learn TikTok. It's like, So there's times where the shit get really, really hard, and you just want to tap out, but then you get these like DMs, or people will be like, yo, this song saved my life, or this, that don't ever get old for me. Like it really fucked me up sometimes, so people will text me at the right time and be like, yo, you don't understand how special this is and how this changed my life. And I was like, I just in my drawers and I made this song, It's like,
and that matters more than a stream, you know what I'm saying?
Factual.
Actually changing someone's life just through your own creativity.
For real. So that doesn't get old.
Okay, so now we got to know a little bit about Mike Taylor. We're gonna switch it up real quick,
okay,
and play a cute little fast round of a game that we call Sink or Skip.
Okay,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll read a word or phrase below. and tell us whether you would sync with it, like you're rocking with it,
Okay.
or whether you'll skip it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Songwriting camps.
Skip.
Really?
Skip. Yeah.
Can I ask why really quick?
It's very manufactured, sterile. It's like it doesn't, it's like a factory,
Yeah,
It's like
yeah. But would you say that
I like the
makes like a
challenge.
good song? Like with
I'm sure. I mean, sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not good at it.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
it's like speed dating.
okay.
You think you can
Oh,
marry
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
speed dating?
Right. No, you're right. about that.
That's just
That's a
what it
very
is.
good
It's
point.
like, you're just going from room to room. It's like 50 million people, and it's just
That
not
makes
it's not for
sense.
me. It's not for me.
Like you said, like I guess that's a very good point. It's manufactured. Like you said, like
and listen, I love pop music.
like
and
an assembly line.
I'm cool. Listen, Motown is one of my favorite inspirations.
Yeah.
So they created like the assembly line in terms of songwriting. That's cool, but for me, it's just not for me.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Okay. One take vocal sessions.
I mean, skip.
You'll
I don't
skip
think it's
it? Okay,
necessary. I
okay.
think it's a flex for no reason.
What about tour bus studio setups?
Sync.
Sync?
We love that.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
let's get to the work.
Let's get to the work.
Let's get
Okay.
to the work.
Okay. DJ and vocalist duos.
Sync.
Sync?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
come on
He's like,
now.
I do it all, of course. Label notes.
I'ma say sync, and that's gonna be really interesting.
Okay. Why?
I think when you have a good team and you have a good A&R and you have people who really care about music, when you think about some of the greatest music of all time, sometimes I think that label pressure helps. So I
Okay.
think sometimes those deadlines help. Sometimes I think those little those notes really elevated.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it's been used and abused, so
Mhm.
it doesn't
Mhm.
it doesn't work in all scenarios. Most scenarios, I'm sure it doesn't. But I do think the greatest things that ever was created, it's a collaboration between the label and the artist.
Okay. And the last one, releasing music without visuals. Sync or skip?
I say sync.
You
Do
sync?
whatever works.
Yeah, do whatever works. Okay. All right, great. So that was sync and
That
skip.
wasn't too
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
worried.
No,
I started sweating a little bit, started percolating a little bit.
Nah, we wouldn't do that to you. So beyond the features and stages, let's talk about the actual impact and the story that you're really trying to tell.
Mhm.
What do you want people to feel after hearing or engaging with your music?
Freedom.
Okay,
Complete, utter, total freedom.
love that.
I think we live in a world where we just care too much. We
Mm.
worry about what people think. We worry about what the algorithm thinks, and it changes who we are as people. And sometimes we just need permission to be ourselves.
Yes.
For real.
Okay, so freedom,
Mm-hmm.
which brings my next question.
Ooh.
What part of the Mike Taylor story still feels untold?
Man, it depends on who you ask, because
Okay.
right now, because I know you in nightlife, most people don't know how to make music.
Right.
Most people don't know I'm an artist.
Right.
So
And to the level of an artist that you are.
right,
you know what I mean?
and I think that for me, I keep going back to community. People use that as a knock sometimes for me, but like I like being accessible. I like being amongst the folks. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
for me, people look at my accessibility
Mhm.
as a hindrance to my career. No mystique, and I'm like, nah, man, we got to be amongst the people. But I think because of it, people don't realize that I'm an artist and I make music.
Do you think that if people knew that you were an artist second, a DJ first, that they would take your artistry not as serious if they knew you as a DJ first?
I'm not worried. I really don't. What people say, what other people think, ain't none of my
Right,
business.
absolutely. Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
I'm with
like
you when you're right with that now.
like at the end of the day, I love being a creative. I love making music, and it's hitting the people that it's hitting, and it's the impact is impacting and it's changing my life. So we're in a conversation. The people that get it got it,
Mhm.
and the people who don't, we good.
So when they ask you, what do you do? What is your response? You say you're just an artist, or do
I'm
you
an
say
artist,
You're an
yeah.
artist, okay? In every way, in every just music, you're a musical artist.
I'm an artist.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so I have one last question before we wrap, and it's a question that we ask every guest, all of our
Okay.
guests. If you could end every set
Mm-hmm.
or performance with one track, what would it be and why?
Any song of all time?
Of all time.
Oh man, this is hard. I thought it was. First, I was like one of my songs, but I was like, of all time, it's too many. It's too many.
Okay. In the mood and energy that you're in right now, what would
In the
it be?
mood and the energy that I'm in right now, I'm gonna go. I Can Understand It by New Birth.
Okay. Oh,
You know what I
We've been
mean?
having some good songs. I think that what we should do is we should let every song that each guest say, we should just have those songs together and just have them playing in like in a loop because everybody has picked some amazing songs.
Oh, wow.
And I've agreed with every last song.
There it is.
You know,
I can understand it by New Birth.
And why is that song for you though?
That's my second favorite song of all time.
What's the first one?
Juicy Fruit by Mtume.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
I love that. I thought you were about to say Everything Is Black.
No.
Okay.
Juicy Fruit by Mtume.
I love that.
R.I.P. to Mtume.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here, Mike Taylor. So we all ask all of our guests to do one thing, and that's to come in and really show our audience and our viewers exactly who Mike Taylor is, his style of music, and you know what does a set look like in a short amount of time, 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so would you give us a live in the mix set right here in Soundcheck?
I'm down.
Okay, perfect. Then. Okay, so check this out. Whether you're just tuning in or staying for the full ride, here's the sound of Mike Taylor live in the mix right here at Soundcheck.
I go by the name
Mike Taylor.
We only come alive in the nighttime. Like fireflies, they only see us in the moonlight. Deep in the void, I cannot lie. I love the shadow life. Fresh out the tomb, I let the moon once and the lightning strike. Illuminate from my soul. Elevate, take me home. Radiate, make me whole. Oh, oh, glow, 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 glow. We are stars up in the sky. In the dark, out, we become the light. My neon state arms. Watch it glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. Luminescence is a state of mind. Just let the sun fade away as we escape the time. Get lost up in the darkness, it's a way of life. Feeling true under the moon when the night is high. Illuminate from my soul. Elevate, take me home. Radiate, make me whole. Oh, oh, glow, 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 glow. We are stars up in the sky. In the dark, out, we become the light. My neon state arms. Watch it glow in the dark. Glow in the dark. Glow.
Taylor.
I go by the name
Mike Taylor. I want you to breathe me. Let me be your air. Let me roam your body freely. No inhibition, no fear. How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? What devotion are you? How deep is your love? Is it like Nirvana? Hit me harder again. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? Pull me closer again. How deep is your love? You stole my heart, we had a summer flame. And I told my heart it was just a summer thing. But you made me fall in the winter, bloom in the spring. From June to December was you and me. And I told my heart it was just a summer thing. That it was just a summer thing.
I've been looking for someone to take me deeper. I'm swimming in this shallow love, I need my freedom. Please be the reason to shake my demons. I've been searching, I've been needing, I've been reaching. So hold on, it's so strong. Been waiting so long, been faded, so gone. There's levels to my love, there's levels to my. There's levels to my love, there's levels to my. There's levels to my love, there's levels to my. There's levels to my love, there's levels to my. There's levels to my soul, it's levels to my. There's levels to my soul, it's levels to my. There's levels to my soul, it's levels to my. There's levels to my soul, it's levels to my.
I can see you in the crowd. I can see you 'cause your heart lights up the sky. I can hear you screaming loud, roaring like the thunder in the night. You're everywhere I go. I can feel it in my bones. You're the only thing I know. You make me whole. Philadelphia, I'm coming to you when the night falls. New York, LA, Miami, no, it won't be long. Then it's London, Paris, and Tokyo, Brazil. Don't you worry, I'll soon be around. Because the world is our playground. Everywhere in the world is our playground.
I go by the name.
Mike Taylor.
I feel it in the atmosphere. Feeling the times change like waves of sound. The new day's already here. It comes into the light from underground. I wanna be where you are. I'll take you everywhere I go. When I look up to the stars, it takes me home. Philadelphia, I'm coming to you when the night falls. Toronto, Las Vegas in the Bay, no, it won't be long. Then it's Sweden, New Zealand, Mexico, Dubai. Don't you worry, I'll soon be around. Because the world is our playground. Everywhere in the world is our playground.
This my homie Sunshine, have you met him? They can make your life fine if you let them. Won't let the clouds come around no bad weather. It's cool breeze, palm trees, smooth sailing. Been wishing every day to bring the sunny rays back around the way. To every single hood, every single block, everywhere we stay. Ain't got no room for gray, just keep the shade away. 'Cause hey, it's a good day, a good me. Sun in the sky, oh, it's a feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this. Magic, this feeling's magic. It's supercalifragilistic, yeah, it's fantastic. We started in the basement, blew the ceiling off the attic, and we still going up, won't stop, it's automatic. This is what we wanted, now it's time we had it. Living life just like a movie, motion picture cinematic. All I wanted was a rollie, no more drama, no more static. Live my life without the police, no more pressure, systematic. I just wanna hang with my folk, give thanks with my folk, good drink with my phone. Support and make bank with my folk, celebrate all my folk, gang, gang, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, some people feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, some people feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, yeah. Rolling, oh yeah, we rolling. Got that, all I do is win, and my skin, yeah, it's glowing. Before we had them riches, dirty dishes, rats and roaches, but we made it out the trenches, cause we never lost our focus, kept it going. I just wanna hang with my folk, give thanks with my folk, good drink with my phone. Support and make bank with my folk, celebrate all my folk, gang, gang, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, some people feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, some people feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, yeah. All I wanna do is hang with my phone. I just want a good drink with my phone. I just wanna celebrate with my phone. With my phone, gang, gang, whoa, whoa. All I wanna do is hang with my phone. I just want a good drink with my phone. I just wanna celebrate with my phone. With my phone, gang, gang, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, this feeling's like, feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, whoa, whoa. This feeling's like, ooh, some people feel like this all the time. I wanna feel like this all the time. I never felt like this, wanna feel like this, yeah. I go by the name
Mike Taylor.